Hi, my name is Orlando and you're watching WishCasting. We usually talk about travel and aviation related content, but today we're not. Today we're talking about vegan milk. So we're talking about milk that you can actually do from seeds and that you can do at home yourself. So why are we doing this? We've been trying to transition to becoming vegetarian and then vegan. It's been really hard to become vegan, but we're on the right path. But one of the things that we kind of stumped upon is the crazy amount of money you have to put in buying just a liter of vegan milk. Why is it so expensive? They're doing it on purpose. I don't know, there's something behind it, I'm sure, because they want to push you to buy cow milk, which is like maybe half or 1/3 of the price. But we say no to that. We want to be healthy. We don't want to, inflict pain to those cows and stay restricted in those barns and just being slaves for us. We don't want that. But on the other hand, if you want to buy vegan milk, it costs €2. It's really expensive. You want almond milk, €2. You want coconut milk, €2.20. You want soy milk? Well, that's cheaper, but still, it's over €1. Well, cow milk, you can find it for 50, 80 cents. All over Europe, I think in the US it's even cheaper, and it's very unhealthy. We don't want that. We want to live long, we want to live healthy, and so if we can transition to vegan milk and pay little, then that's fantastic. Today we're going to be doing a recipe. You're going to need this device, a very simple bucket with like a strainer at the bottom. It's called Chufamix. Don't worry, you can find everything down in the description below with the link so you can buy it yourself. And in addition to that, you'll need a mortar. You'll be pressing the content inside. So I'll get to that later, I'll explain later. You'll need a blender. It has this kind of protection which doesn't get the blades on the plastic. Probably already have it at home. And you'll need a container, possibly tall, so that when you blend, it doesn't splash around. Pretty much that's it. You won't be needing anything else, electricity of course, and you'll be needing the seeds depending on your taste. Usually any recipe I make, we always add sesame seeds, flax seeds, a pinch of salt, and if you want some sugar, but as an alternative, we have dates. You can also use a lemon peel, so lemon grind, cinnamon. So these are the things that I kind of use all the time, and the only things that change are the main ingredients, which are almonds, walnuts, oats, and rice. Yeah. So let's do it. The first thing you have to do is you have to boil the water. So I'm gonna be taking the water and I'll be measuring it first. So you're gonna measure the water you put in. I do 1.5 liters. You can do 1 liter if you want it more tasty, but for me 1.5 is totally fine. So I'm gonna take this water and I'm gonna put it into the kettle and I'll boil it. Every recipe has a different system. If you're doing it with seeds, the water has to boil. If you're doing it with rice or oats, the water shouldn't boil because it'll make this kind of paste. It'll become so gooey that it's gonna saturate all these pores and no extraction will happen, and you don't want that. What we want is we want the water to float and to go through and extract that milk, right, as you're blending it. Another tip that you can do, but it's not necessary, is for you to hydrate the nuts beforehand for about 2 hours. I usually do it overnight, because nuts are dry, and if you put them in the water, they'll suck that water. So it breaks up easier, and you choose what nuts you want. So for example, I want to do walnut milk. So I'm gonna take 50 grams of walnuts. By the way, this milk is super good, and it's very subtle. It's not an aggressive taste. Like even almonds are not an aggressive taste, but for example, if you drink soy milk or coconut milk, you're gonna really feel the taste. You don't have to use any sweetener at all, but if you want and you wanna be healthy, you can use dates. Dates are like a natural kind of sweetener, and kind of makes it healthier. There's vitamins, fibers, and stuff like that. So I got my 50 grams of walnuts, a few sunflower seeds, take 1 spoon of flax seeds, and I do the same thing with the sesame seeds. Now, why am I adding these small little seeds? First, they don't add a lot of flavor. They're kind of subtle. But in addition to that, you're making it more nutritious. Sesame seeds have iron and have zinc and many other things that I'm not aware of. I could read it up. I'll read it up for you. I'm following this guy. He's from Spain. He has this YouTube channel, but also he has this beautiful blog online, and he talks about all these recipes and all these ways of doing milk. That's how I got inspired to do this milk. That's why I bought all these things, because I followed his YouTube channel, and he's super good. First extraction, you take this bucket, you take the Chufamix and you put it inside the bucket, and then you add the seeds inside the Chufamix. Okay, so those were the seeds only. Now what we want to do is we want to add the sweetener, because I like it a little bit sweeter. and I start cutting and putting the dates in there. I'm gonna go with 3 dates. Why not? I don't want to alter the taste by using lemon grind and the cinnamon, so I'm not gonna add that. But if you do want to experiment, you go ahead. All right, so I'm gonna take the water, I'm gonna pour it in the Chufamix, and then you just want to reach like half a liter. Perfect. So that's gonna be my first extraction. So now I'm gonna connect this to the plug, and here we go. You see? Here's the milk. It's amazing, I love it. So you want to do this for 2 minutes straight, and you'll understand when you're supposed to stop by the fact that some foam forms right here. But nevertheless, continue up to the point that there's some foam, but also 2 minutes pass by. You see, this is dirty, so I usually use the same water just a little bit to get rid of the pulp from this blender. And now the second phase is straining. So I'm gonna strain and separate the milk from the pulp. And this is the first of 3 extractions. And I'm gonna press down with a mortar, get rid of the milk. Oh, it already smells so good. All right, let me show you the milk. See? That's very thick, very tasty milk already. You could drink it just like that, but you can do 2 more extractions, 2 more, and you're gonna get that amount of milk. And you can put it in bottles and put it in the fridge. And you can recycle the pulp and do your own Nutella, which is insane. So I'm gonna put the milk into a general pot where I'll collect every single extraction. I'll just go ahead and do it in 1 more time. Because the pulp sticks to the stick, and if you do that, you see if you leave it there, you're not gonna do a correct extraction. So I just pour some water over it, up to half a liter again. That's good. And here we go with the next extraction. And you see, it's already white. The whole water turned white. Well, actually creamy color. A lot of nutrients are still being extracted. So you want to do this for about 20 to 30 seconds. I would do it even longer if you want to have a better extraction. And I can still see a really good milk there. Let's push with the mortar again. Okay, don't push too hard. You don't want to break this. If you break this, you can't do milk anymore. You take this, you put it with the very concentrated milk we did before. So I'm gonna put this back in and go ahead for the last extraction. All right, perfect. You see, it's white. It's not so white as before, but you still made a successful 3rd extraction. If you're on a rush and you just wanna have milk straight off the bat, do 2 extractions, it's fine. All right, let's push. And you can see that the milk here is much more liquidy. That's very concentrated while this one isn't. So this is going to dilute the overall collected milk you have from before. This is 1.5 liters of walnut milk with many other ingredients, super healthy, super nutritious, that will last you up to from 3 to 6 days, depending on the temperature of your fridge and depending on how you contaminate the milk now. Like if I were to put it into jars with a lid and close it right away as it is hot, and I don't talk over it, you know, no bacteria would develop, like lesser bacteria would develop. Usually it lasts, for me, up to 3 days. It's 2 of us, and we have it with cereal, we have it in the morning, we add some chocolate if we like, you know, the chocolate powder, or we have it just plain as it is. We even cook with it. You can do pudding with it. We did a pudding yesterday and it was super, super good, and we couldn't even realize that it wasn't cow milk. We just used plant milk. When you set the milk aside and it stands still for a while, whether it's in the fridge or in the open, you'll start noticing a separation between a thicker part and a more liquidier part. The more liquidier part looks like water, actually. This is totally normal. It happens with every kind of drink, even the one you buy in the supermarket. Just shake it before you drink it and then drink it. By the way, vegetable milk or vegan milk, or how you want to call it, is a very ancient recipe. I think it dates up to 2,000 years ago, maybe even more. Populations weren't as sedentary as they are now. They were nomadic tribes. They were moving around, scouting for better areas with more animals to hunt and, you know, more bushes to take berries from. They started off doing that first, and then when they had a chance, they started having cow milk and sheep milk and goat milk and so on and so forth. So if we want to talk about money, the only thing we spent here is the walnuts and the almonds. They're quite expensive. Like I think we bought 250 grams of almonds and walnuts. They were on offer, and we paid I think around €2.50 or €3 for 250 grams, which is still very, very cheap. But as you saw, we only used 50 grams to do 1.5 liters. And to buy this amount of milk, well, actually less than this, 1 liter, you pay around €2. So it already covered all the costs that we just mentioned before. You're saving a lot of money. You're paying like at least 1/5 less of the carton of milk. And let's talk about this pulp. What can you do with a pulp? Scoop it and put it inside of Nutella, or you can put it with like those alternative brands that are much healthier, but it's like dark chocolate, which is kind of hard to eat, like you don't really enjoy that much. Well, you can put this in and suddenly it's gonna taste like Nutella, which you know is healthy because it has all the pulp of these ingredients you put in there. You exactly know where it comes from. Just make sure that the chocolate you buy, that spreadable chocolate, is actually healthy, not Nutella. Nutella is not healthy. Even though it's really delicious, it's not healthy. Today we used nuts, but you can use oats. And if you blend oats, we know that oats are really, really healthy. Bodybuilders eat oats because they're rich in fibers and vitamins, a lot of iron. What you can do is you can take that pulp made out of the nuts or the oats, you can collect it in some Tupperware, put it in the fridge, and when you have a good amount and you're cooking a soup, you can put it into the soup and it'll suddenly disappear. You won't even feel it, but you know that it's very healthy. And there's nothing better than knowing that you did everything yourself, you know where it comes from, you know that it's healthy, and you paid very little. There's nothing better than that, at least in my opinion. Then if you have the money and you want to spend some factory for them to give you this milk and you don't know where the ingredients come from and you don't know if somebody accidentally dropped his glasses and put his arm in to take them out, then okay, up to you. I'm totally fine with that. I went the cheap way because I already had this and I already had the container. I had a lot of things, so I didn't take the whole package that this device comes with. This is like a replacement item. If you want to buy the whole package, it comes with a mortar, it comes with this, it comes with the compatible container for this, which actually slips right in here. So it's completely splash free. As you can see, I didn't generate any splashes, so you don't really need to buy the whole starter pack. And it has like a recipe book, which you don't need because down in the description you'll find all the necessary information to do your own milk. And also there's that fantastic guy from Spain I was talking about before. He has a whole blog where you can fetch all the information you need and all the recipes you need, and you can start doing your milk just like that. Christmas is right around the corner and I will be giving this to my parents, Zdenka's parents, to my friends, and I think this is a wonderful gift because you're not only caring for the environment, well, you're not only caring for them, but you're caring also for the environment. And we all have to start from there. We all have to think about what's going to happen to this planet if we continue in this direction. So I'm not going to say for you to become vegetarian. You already know what's right, what's wrong, but I will say that this is worth it and it's amazing. I'm not trying to sell it to you because it's not my product, and I just want you to be happy, to save money, and the planet to be happy. I hope you enjoyed the video, even though it isn't related to what I usually do, but I thought that this was an important topic that we should cover. Every single little tip that I know, I don't want to keep it to myself. I'd rather give it to everyone so that everyone can adopt it if they want. Make everyone happy, you know? Why not? All right, that's it from my side, as all Emirates pursers say, and I shall see you on our next video. Bye.